Hello Leo, welcome to your reading from April 25th through to the 2nd of May 2026. And it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Okay, so let's welcome in the archangels, ascendant masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral, or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Leo. Okay, let's see what's going to jump out here for you. Wow, 10 of Cups. You also have the Fool, 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Okay, there's something here, Leo, that's, I think, making you feel really happy and fulfilled. And I think you've just recently, you've kind of jumped into it, or this feeling here has fueled you and given you confidence to take a jump into something. Okay. This is 10 of Cups, so emotional fulfillment. And maybe you've realized what that is for you exactly. And maybe it's feeling like it's within reach now, so you're, so you're feeling really inspired to kind of move towards it. Let's have a look at your current energy. Yeah, so it could be something that's, 10 of Cups is emotional, creative, spiritual fulfillment, okay? It could be something creative that you've been doing that's inspired you, and maybe you're believing in your ability to be in that zone, okay? To be able to do what that is, whatever that is. We've also got here the Queen of Wands, yeah, and this is sort of helping you to feel like empowered and enabling you to be your authentic true self, no matter what other people are saying. Wow, King of Wands as well. I mean, this could even be, it could even be a relationship of sorts that you're moving into. This is King and Queen of Wands, so this doesn't happen very often, that the two pairings we pull out are, the counterparts here of the same suit. But here we have it. The King of Wands is passionate, inspired, doesn't mind having a bit of fun, enjoying yourself, Leo. And yeah, I think this is generally like a pretty inspired, passionate kind of energy that you're feeling into at the moment, which is really awesome. It could be that there's a special someone that you are with that's really helping you to move into that feeling. It could even be like a business, maybe it's a business partner or a romantic interest or a friend or a family member or something, anyone that's sort of helping you to elevate your passion and your vibration. But at the same time, it could just be that this is the inner parts of you, okay, that are coming together, like your feminine and masculine aspects coming together, so that you can really focus in on your passion and doing what brings you joy and fulfillment. An underlying theme is interesting. We have the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So yeah, you are quite possibly, doing some meditation, feeling more empowered, feeling like you know what you need to do in order to create structure and to feel more empowered and to sort of activate your presence. But it's also looking like that the way forward here for you is to actually just settle back into your mind, body, spirit, your wholeness, okay? That this is going to be there, like either a catalyst or an essential part of your empowerment and of your ability to create a new structure based on this higher frequency energy coming through for you. The Fool is also really source connected, so you could be feeling very sort of spiritually aligned at this time as well, which is really great. General direction moving forward, there is a lot of changes going on. So you've got the 5 of Swords here, and that could be that you are moving through sorting out, you know, what your higher self energy is and how it's going to work with your ego. This is like the Eight of Wands, so this is a lot of change, but it's also passion. These wands look like they're going in many different directions, but sometimes the Eight of Wands is talking about like a focused direction and change in that the changes that are often made in the name of pursuing that direction. Okay, so this could be what you're doing as well. But this is, yeah, changes and reorientation of your ego and higher self to enable this higher frequency version of you to move forward. Very much that full energy, kind of like maybe your inner child as well, coming forward for you, Leo. Yeah, let's have a look at, actually, King of Wands is kind of like a bit of your power card as well. Yeah, so definitely feeling into your power. Okay, so we need 3 cards, and that's exactly the number that's fallen out here for your, oh no, sorry, we need 4 for your outcome. Let's grab these 2 off the top here. Okay, 8 of Cups, Ace of Wands or Brooms, and 10 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Right. So, in your 8 of Cups, in this deck, this is, I think that's Glinda being stood up at her wedding, or, you know, that type of thing. And so it means that, you know, there's a movement. She's moving on into something else. Okay. And 8, the Ace of Brooms is the Ace of Wands in this deck. So a new beginning. So I think what's happening here, Leo, is that you're moving definitely into a higher frequency version or a higher frequency life. Maybe you're moving into the upper 4th or 5th dimension, because this is the 8 of Cups is usually about, you know, you're kind of moving away from something that's okay, but it's not super great. Like there's something inside you that is feeling like it could be better and then it needs to be better. And yeah. So whether that's a work situation or maybe that it's just it could be a belief or a value that you've been holding that you no longer want to ascribe to. Okay. And it could be, you know, a relationship or friendship group or something that you've been involved in that's, you know, but it could also be that if it's in like an everyday situation and that you feel like you need to sort of inject some other extra deep and meaningful stuff for you in that mix, then maybe you're just going to be pulling away at intervals to, on a regular basis, to kind of really tap into this spiritual potential here. This is creativity as well, Ace of Wands. Yeah, and passion, creativity, something new. There's potential. This is a whole lot of potential. So, you know, you're potentially stepping into something that's going to be really inspiring your passion and creativity. Could also be about a business, okay? The ones are often sometimes about career, business kind of ventures as well. And here in your challenge, you have the 7 of yellow bricks or the 7 of swords and the 10 of cups. So remember the 10 of cups was at the start of your reading here. Now this could be in your challenge because even though this may feel sort of out of reach at times, like there's been, I think, an experience where you've felt into that energy and you're like, well, yes, I'd like more of that. But of course, when we go through all these, you know, 5 of swords energies, and there might be some ups and downs with that. But it's really a case of you using the mind or the consciousness to keep reorienting, using those mental strategies to pull back into mindfulness, alignment, setting intent, you know, making those decisions that give you the time away from certain situations or a time in certain situations that are going to be more conducive to peace, harmony, and balance, and to you that experiences that are conducive to you activating your passions, okay? And this is 7 of Swords, so, you know, and investigating things, you know, taking matters into your own hands and taking your matters into your own hands and, yeah, doing the self-reflection as well that you feel you need to do. Keep tuning in. I think sometimes the Swords also talk about intuition, but also the breath. So utilizing, you know, mind, breath, strategies, yeah, and communicating, you know. So this 10 of Cups here is, you know, it's not outside of your reach, but we're going to get some spirit guidance now as well. Because if it's possible for you to feel into that energy here, okay, Leo, it's possible to do that again. And it's also possible to prolong those types of experiences until within your consciousness everything's clear and it's sort of like a continual experience. Okay. All right, okay, we've got a lot of, hang on. There's a lot of cards that are kind of half flipping, but we'll just grab a couple off the top here. 4 of Cups, the Star, and the 6 of Swords. Yeah, so like we said, there's going to be some challenges, okay, because this is the 4 of Cups. There's going to be emotional and mental challenges as we lift through into higher frequencies, okay? This is just those times where you feel like a bit down with the with the current state of things, perhaps, or maybe you're a bit bored, or maybe you haven't as yet. This woman is actually, there's a rainbow coming down into this cup, but she's sort of focusing on the other 3 over here. So it's that it's sort of a choice point, but this is about applying those mental strategies, okay? Because the thing is, this is the alignment here. This is the Star. So once we apply the mental strategies of consciousness and awareness, applying your awareness to things, Leo, that you're going to be able to sort of turn around, perhaps just reorienting your attention even onto the inner energy body of yourself, you know, all your chakras, and just doing a breath meditation or something like that. And this is like, you know, connecting back into your heart space, into that beautiful high frequency here that you're feeling into at the moment. Queen and King of Wands. This is really great. I think that maybe there's something really creative that you're doing. And the 6 of Swords here is, once again, this idea of the mind moving into peacefulness, moving into a harmonious state of being. And that is what's going to help you to move into that 10 of Cups energy, which is, you know, it was in your challenge, but it's also in potential here held for you, okay? Yeah. Let's look at the bottoms of the decks as well, and then we'll grab you a Lemurian Star Child Oracle. Page of Cups also appeared yesterday in the reading. So this is, yeah, your creativity, Leo, your inner child, okay, also. And that's also a, you know, the 7s are actually quite a spiritual number. So if we're talking about mental strategy, focusing in or doing something or deciding with your mind to do something that's creative, okay, using the mind, your consciousness as the, you know, the governor here, the emperor, okay. The consciousness is the governor, right? To really do something creative. And something that maybe as a child you loved to do, that could really kind of lift your frequency as well. So you can use that type of strategy during moments like this when you're feeling bored, or if something hasn't worked out and you feel like you're in a bit of a rut and you kind of want to move out of that emotional rut. You know, we all experience those from time to time. And here we have the 8 of Wands again. So yeah, you've got a lot of changes coming through. And remember how we said this is this energy looks a little bit scattered, but I think what Spirit's saying here is that these are all going in the same direction. So once again, with your mind strategies, you're going to be able to focus on a direction and really implement those changes and do those activities that are really going to help you to move into this passionate wand energy, which is this here, King and Queen of Wands here. Okay, so this is like the pathway forward. Yep, awesome. I'm actually really glad that came out there for you, because it's like it's kind of putting some order into that chaos. If you, you know, depending on this energy here, however that felt for you. Right. Here we have the Five of Cups as well. So this can be talking about, you know, grief or that letting go process, and yeah. And usually this just also talks about reorienting, that there's potential two cups upright in the background, potentially, that are available to you, okay? That have things like your creativity, spirituality, and using your emotions to do some creative emotional expression as well. But that's, once again, it's very much kind of like this Four of Cups energy here. A little bit like the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords as well. Like there's kind of some, this is a bit of maybe an argument as well. Some sort of argumentative energy. But we did say this was kind of about the higher self working, or the ego kind of coming into working with the higher self. And it's kind of a little bit representative of those teething issues of when the ego kind of wants to push its case forward. And then maybe there's a realization of like, well, if that happens too much, it's going to be a little bit chaotic. So this could be around awareness of, you know, when your ego sort of takes over too much, right? When your ego takes over at the expense of your higher self. But, you know, use your discernment here, Leo. And, you know, if anything I say doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. And if any other meanings for you come up with the images on these cards, please listen to your own intuition. Yeah, so we're just saying that the Five of Cups here is a little bit like the Four of Cups. But like we said, part of the teething process of us being able to gradually move into the high frequency states and kind of more sustain it as a natural, easy way of being, okay? And wow, the Hanged Man, twice in your reading. So this is for you, Leo, like a holistic mind, body, spirit sort of suspension or surrender process into your holistic being. Okay, it's not just about the mind, although we did say the consciousness is the kind of the driver or the governor, but it's also about using your consciousness to really honor the whole, you know, spiritual, physical, emotional being that you are. And this is Spirit reminding you, just coming up at the end of the reading as well, we had two Hanged Mans. And also to remind you that, yes, that is going to be the source or one of a main factor in being able for you to activate your, like your sovereignty, your, you know, yeah, your higher frequency version of you. Let's grab a Lemurian Star Child Oracle now. And okay, I'll just take one off the top. Travel, okay, inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, and big shifts. Yeah, inner and outer journeys. The Fool is about to start on a journey, and maybe you already are feeling into this energy. The travel may not be literal physical travel. It might be that you are doing an inner journey. So maybe you're discovering something about yourself, or maybe you're taking on a new interest or a new sort of spiritual way of looking at life, and which is, you know, like a journey, okay, like a journey into your consciousness, a journey of the soul, a journey of your self-expression, perhaps. Yeah, and believing in yourself, big shifts. This is what the Fool energy is about, believing and trusting in yourself that you can take those reasonable risks you know, stepping a little bit out of the comfort zone, okay, as well. That could be something that you're doing. Big shifts, definitely. You know, I mean, moving into this energy here, your Emperor, and, you know, your divine masculine and feminine aspects here. You know, we're going to say they're the feminine masculine aspects of you. You are a fire sign and that is the fire element. So, you know, definitely probably about parts of you. But those energies there could also be talking about people that are, you know, that you associate with or that are close to you that are supportive. This one could be supportive of your independence and your creativity and your uniqueness, okay? These are very non-judgmental energies. They're very like passionate, creative, like supportive of uniqueness and originality, authenticity, okay? So yeah, I think we might wrap it up there, Leo. I hope that's been helpful. But yeah, I think you're starting a journey here. I mean, you've got this Ace of Brooms here. So you're about to literally jump on that broom and take flight, okay? Metaphorically speaking. And yeah, I think we might wrap it up there. Oh, here you are. This is it, taking flight. Okay, you've got that. You're bringing the order into something that could potentially be, you know, maybe it's been a little bit chaotic or a bit, you know, overly busy or argumentative. Maybe there's been some of those energies around. But I think you're tuning into yourself more. Excuse me. And you're definitely here, Spirit, saying, you know, following your star, right? Following your soul, the guidance of your soul and your soul purpose. So, yeah, I think we might wrap it up there. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.